be here for assistance. Thank you.
Thank you, Haifa. Bye-bye.
Connected na
All right, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Microsoft Tech session. So my name is Ian De Torres, of the Developer Marketing Lead at Microsoft Philippines, and this would be our tech session two in partnership with StackLeague. So we've invited one of the Microsoft most valuable professional for business applications. We have Paul Soliman to talk about how you can develop a complex solutions, analyze data, and automate workflows, and build flexible chatbots. In short, on introduction to Power Platform. But before that, uh, let me share with you some announcements from Microsoft Philippines, and to give you an insight as well. It's been our mission to empower every person and every organization in the planet to achieve more. And because of that, there are some platforms that we would like to give you uh, that you can access for free. So the first one that you can access on is the Microsoft Learn. So it's the online platform that where you can build your skills online for free with just your Microsoft account, your an internet browser, or even your phone. You'll be able to access it. The different courses, over 1,000 courses for free. And with Microsoft Learn, you will be able to get a step-by-step training to fit your schedule. Pwede mo siyang, pwedeng 1 hour per day or 2 hours per day. It depends on your schedule or at your own pace. And there is an interactive coding environments where, like, the sandbox is already embedded in the Microsoft browser, in any browser, so you'll be able to access them without installing any applications on your desktop or even your mobile phone. So, and you'll be able to earn achievements as well and a recognition for Azure skills. So you just have to visit microsoft.com/learn for you to be able to get access to Microsoft Learn. The second one is the Microsoft Azure, our cloud computing platform, wherein you can create your own Azure free account and get started with 12 months free of free services and $200 credit, wherein you'll be able, with that credit, you'll be able to create your own solution on Microsoft Azure. And there's actually a lot of free popular services that you can create on uh, and there's a lot of 25 plus services, from artificial intelligence to cognitive services and a lot more. And you'll be able to create your own website as well, your own web applications through this Microsoft Azure. And if you're very keen to attending trainings, so before the COVID-19, we have been creating a face-to-face trainings for our customers and for the community. But now we've transitioned to virtual trainings and called it the Microsoft Virtual Training Days, wherein you can register at aka.ms/msph events. So for this training, we offer we offer trainings at no cost, meaning wala kayong babayaran. You just have to attend the training. And what's good about by attending our training is that there are some trainings that gives free certification vouchers. So for example, we have trainings for Azure Fundamentals, the AZ900. We do have as well the Data Fundamentals, the AI Fundamentals, the Power Platform Fundamentals, even for Dynamics 365. The training is free. You just have to register and complete the training. And right after the training, you'll be able to receive your certification voucher for you to be able to get the certification exam. So, and with that, we have currently an ongoing challenge for all of you. If you have LinkedIn, uh, it's now time for you to join our APAC Social Learning Challenge, wherein you just need to update your LinkedIn profile with your skills, Azure skills, or LinkedIn's or Azure certification on your LinkedIn account, and you'll get a chance to win one of the 30 Surface Go 2 that is up for grabs up until June 15th. So join now by just submitting your entry at the aka.ms/APAC Social Learning Challenge. So, okay. And with that, proceeding to our session for tonight, I'd like to introduce to you one of the Microsoft most valuable professional for business applications. I'd like to give let's all give a big round of applause, a virtual round of applause to our resource speaker for tonight, Mr. Paul Soliman. Paul.
All right. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, StackLeague, for inviting me here, and also Microsoft. Yeah. So it's good to see that we're having this, organization that really, empower developers and tech guys in the Philippines. So that's also our mission in the Microsoft community, for us to be able to, to empower every pro developers and citizen developer. So I'm gonna go to that, talk when I start my presentation. All right. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen now. Okay. All right. So thank you, Ian, for that wonderful introduction. So I'm Paul Soliman. So I'm currently the CEO and CTO of Hacktiv Collab Inc. I'm also the CTO of Raven Global. So both are, Microsoft partners. I'm also the first Microsoft MVP for business applications in the Philippines. So there are MVPs here in the Philippines, but for our category, which is business applications, more of, Dynamics 365 or the CRM, the ERP part, or everything about business apps. All right, are is our inside, our category in terms of, evangelization and community adoption as well. All right. So what I'm going to discuss today is very simple. It's very short. So I just want to, to have an intro about citizen development or citizen developer using Power Platform. So I'm going to be discussing what is the difference between, sorry, this is wrong. I don't know why how it happened, but I tested it a while ago. But this is citizen developer using Power Platform. So I'm gonna do some introduction about citizen developer and a pro developer. So what's the difference between the two? But mostly I want to, like, do a short demo of our of Power Apps, Power Automate, etc., for us to be able to, to at least have a bit of knowledge about Power Platform, right? So a citizen developer, I mean, for me, is a user who creates application for localized use. So in a way, this is a user. So it's not a developer technically. It's not a sysad. It's not a network guy. It's not an infra guy. It's not a security guy in our organization. This is an end user, or I can call a BA or a functional consultant, up to you. But this one is really the one who's using the app, or the end user for our application, right? So this is also a user, okay, in line of business or operation role, who builds or maintains app. So it is outside of the IT department, or, our tech department. So usually these are, the accountants, the CPAs, the in terms of role, your engineer, your when I say engineer, it's the not a software engineer, but more of, in terms of construction. What else? These are your, I'd say in purchasing, these are your purchasers, these are your sales agent, these are your sales manager, and in fact, even the CEO can do this. So according to Gartner, these are also, user creates new business application for consumption by using environments sanctioned by corporate IT. So at the end of the day, what I want to, to prove here is that citizen developer and pro developers can coexist using, of course, a democratized tool that we call Power Platform and Dynamics 365. All right. Right. So in a way, just for me to, like show this map. So this is like the, a map or a landscape of what differentiate um citizen developer and traditional development. So in a way, if we're talking about citizen developer, if you're familiar with Power Pivot in Excel, I'm not even gonna go to Power Platform muna. But if you're familiar with Power Pivot, if you're familiar with let's say XML in Microsoft Word or macro, so those tools, even without using the term citizen developer, is in fact empowering our power user already. It's a low code to no code, because when you go Excel macro, you can record the steps, etc. But if you want to in a way enhance that, you still need to do VB, all right, to go there and edit that using code or put variables, etc. So in terms of Excel, if we're talking Power Pivot, if we're talking about semi big data, that we want to have this particular arrangement or organization of our data, they don't a power user doesn't need to to just to go to Power BI anymore, or before, or like using Cognos, TM1, etc., whatever BI you have in mind. So even in using Power Pivot, they have this in a way a mini business intelligence inside Excel already. And this applications are very present before, even in the 90s, right? So these are not new. These applications are not new, but the terminology was just developed along the way. So what happened was, when even pre-pandemic, I think it was launched 2014, 2015. So Microsoft is creating democratized tools already. So we started doing it on, on the Power Apps. So technically, you can create a low code to no code application in SharePoint as well. We started doing these things already using the SharePoint list, creating a UI there, etc., etc. So it was just developed and becoming more democratized for citizen developer or power user of all organization. All right. So this is like the no code to low code, and if you can see the traditional development, I can say it's traditional because sorry, I'm a developer, of course, no, yan pa rin yung core natin, but at the end of the day, I don't say that it's traditional development, but it's more of like in a way supplemental to the low code to no code. All right, but this slide is official, so I'm using it. So technically, all code, um C Sharp, Python, .NET, etc., JS, React Native, this extension of languages, etc., whichever platform or framework you want to use, they're still in a way coding, hard coding, right? But in terms of the no code to low code, so technically we're not really using a for example declaration or syntax, right? So it's more of like we're just using a formula that can be seen on Excel. So it's like that when we say low code to no code. But it doesn't stop there. I'm gonna expound a little bit later when I go to my demo. Okay, so I created this table just for us to distinguish what is really a pro developer and a citizen developer, right? So when it comes to data management, so it's still the developers and us tech guys who really should be doing the normalization of our data, or even denormalization. Of course, you can't ask the citizen developer to scrub anything, do SQL joint, etc., query. It's more of like, as a developers, it is still our job to to give them a clean data set that they can use already to create an app or to create a Power BI report, for example. SQL table management, as I mentioned about data structure, topologies, etc. It's still gonna be the developers, or us tech guys, or DBA, database administrator, who will really supply this to our citizen developers, right? But in terms of dashboard creation, I think we should be giving that already to citizen developers. As soon as they have training, all right, or as long as they have training, so it's not a problem. What we want to do here, as as tech guys, is really give them the ability to have to have an autonomous control to the dashboard and reports. And as developers, or as pro developer or tech guy, let's solve big data, let's solve quantum, let's solve AI, let's go with that. But for like a simple dashboard, let's empower, right, the end user for us to be able to lessen our work already. um in terms of like ERP configuration, I can say citizen developer can do this, but in terms of like activating some of features, like turning on settings regarding permission sets, etc., or let's say your warehousing capability or accounting capability. Yes, you need a BA there, but at least someone from the tech or IT department should be doing this as well, together with the citizen developer. But for a fast implementation or even correct configuration, every configuration, all right, in an ERP application, since it's streamlined process, and it has complexity, so I prefer to be to that to be configured still by SA and BA, all right, or a tech guy and a BA. And ERP forms, of course, reports. So let's give this to the citizen developer already. I know there's a lot of reports that cannot be done by citizen developer. Let's say, for example, combining other sources or outside sources from your ERP database, let's say Dynamics 365, getting data from SAP. But of course, if you have data warehouse, it's okay. You can just give the the of course data sets, as I mentioned, to the citizen developer. But for like creating the data warehouse itself, of course, that's going to be on us. So if there's a stock data or standard data that is already inside the ERP application that we're trying to use, we need to empower our citizen developers so they won't ask us every time if they need to, like, let's say, just change label, or just perform proper logic or arithmetic operation. It can be done using democratized tools already. So let's give it to them. CRM configuration. So CRM is not that complex like an ERP, system that I'm doing since 12 years of my career. So CRM is not, I can't say is very easy, but in terms of adoption and also configuration that they need to understand, um, citizen developer can do it, and a BA. Tech guy can extend it to, like, putting insights, using machine learning to infuse something there. But in terms of the normal or standard CRM configuration, I'm talking about Dynamics 365. Citizen developer can do that already. How about UI UX? Of course, UI UX is gonna be both. Since the only advantage of a citizen developer, from us, who's really hardcore on tech, is they have this product. Um, in a way, they can wear a product management hat or product manager hat, because they are on the field, they're the user. I think they can, in a way, they know what to be done, and they're also feeling whatever the user feels, right? So that's why, for UX, sometimes I let the citizen developer to, to manage as well, not only the graphics designer or the dev who's doing the front end, but or the UX guy. But it's better also that your UX guy can do a bit of, Power Platform or Power Apps or whatever, tools that you want to use, democratized tools. And prototype creation, it can be both as well. All right. So the ideal process. So before we, go in a way to the Power Apps, or let's say you want to give them access to Power BI to create their own dashboard and reports. It's still, need to come from the tech, or the IT, or the IT team, to for us to be able to administer the system, because there's a complexity, like what environment should I be using, right? So technically, what data should I access? Because if we're talking about, in the Microsoft space, we're calling that the if you go to the Power Platform admin, you can technically, create security group, on whichever data they can access, or, we call it a dataverse, whatever, part of table inside the dataverse they need to access. So it's still gonna be, planned inside the tech organization or the tech team, before, asking the citizen developer to start the development. And of course, there is a user aspect to this one. Okay, so why there is a need, all right, of, having citizen development or citizen developer. Number one, IT developer shortage, right? So, I cannot just hire a developer, and for me to be able to augment every time that I just need, an app that can be tested for like 1 week, for me to like really get a survey, for example, or, like a, COVID protocol. All right. So if I'm gonna like create something that can, let's say for example, again, COVID protocol, like the, if you go to the restaurant, register your name, scan QR code, etc. Well, it can be done through Microsoft Form. But if they want an app to be used using Power Platform, it can be done. So I don't need to bother my IT, or my developers, or the pro developers, for me to create that simple app. So let the citizen developer do that, right? And also leverage IT skill sets in, user and super user. So technically, the good thing about now is everything is Googleable, right? So in fact, Ian is promoting Microsoft Learn. And if you can see the content of Microsoft Learn, if you go there, there's a lot of content there that's really, teaching citizen developer on how to create an app or even dashboards, right? So in a way, again, as I mentioned, as tech guys, let's solve complex problem, right? I mean, there's a lot, there are AI biases, for example, that can be, have our focus as tech. There is this, blockchain thing that is happening already before. So let the citizen developer just, create their own app, etc., and build their skills as well. So in terms of accelerating the development time, it's also helpful for, an organization to, have this with their citizen developers. So if there is any, like, again, a quick need for a specific business application internal on their organization, they can do this already without us. And alignment of business objective to final application, of course, because they're the user. Sometimes, not sometimes, but every time, they really know what needs to be done. Since again, as tech guys, sometimes we over engineer things, right? So if you like wear a hat of a citizen developer, because their knowledge is limited in terms of tech, they cannot really over engineer whatever app we want to, to produce. So technically, the business objective or the final application is really objective, right? I mean, of course, if it will not go through us, so and just serving the purpose of a particular organization, I think it's better, for a citizen developer to lead, all right, on that specific project. Okay, so I think I'm gonna skip this one for the sake of time. So IT is not seen as an obstacle. Stakeholder are no longer nuisance. Trade-offs are shared. Satellite IT instead of shadow IT. IT as a coach. I think this is very good. Sorry, I need to read some of this. So IT as a coach. All right. So instead of us, I'm tired. Since I think 2000 and doing technical, here in the Philippines, the problem is if you're employed into an organization, sometimes you're a developer, but they are asking you to create, to fix their printer, right? And also to manage their passwords, etc. So that's a problem here in the Philippines because roles are plus 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 plus. Now, because of this democratized tool, we're technically can be a coach to them in terms of let's say using an API, or how to connect, right? Using REST, something like that. So technically, those are things that we can be as a pro developer and a tech guy as well, or a software architect or a software engineer. We need to curate the tools that they already created, and in a way, we're really in terms of our own clerical job as tech guy or as a pro developers, we don't need to do that. So we don't need to to test it as a QA, etc., because they know already. Do we curate data connection or data sets for them to be use a sanitized data already, and create APIs that can be like a payment gateway, etc., and teach them how to connect to that particular API using democratized tools. Okay, so all right. So I'll go to Power Platform, just an introduction. So technically, Power Platform is a business application platform. All right, supports an extended Microsoft and Dynamics 365. So it's not a built solution. So if we're talking about business apps, as in business apps, we're still gonna need Dynamics 365 or Microsoft 365 for productivity. For like a CRM and ERP, you still need Dynamics 365 to do it, or else you want to create it from scratch, but that's a stupid thing to do. So, in terms of like just extending it to our citizen developer, because if you want to to extend Dynamics 365 before, you need to know how to use C sharp, and that's the language of Dynamics 365. So technically, if you want to extend Dynamics 365 before, you need a developer, right? But nowadays, because of the democratized apps, all right, we don't need to ask a developer to just add field, uh, or yeah, to add additional field to our let's say customer table or vendor table. So citizen developer can do that already using Dataverse. I'm gonna show that later. And Power Platform includes low code automation, which is Power Automate, actionable data driven application, which is Power Apps, and of course modeling, analysis, and insights using Power BI. All right. So this is like what we have in Power Platform. So we have Power BI that does dashboard analytics. Power Apps is an application development tool, low code to no code, of course. Power Automate is a process automation, RPA, workflow management. It's gonna be there. Chatbot, low code to no code chatbot creation using Power Virtual Agent. But for time's sake, I want to focus more on Power Apps and building database that doesn't need to have a coding using SharePoint list or SharePoint Online. All right, if you want to know more about, if you want to know more about Power Platform or Citizen Developer, just go to my LinkedIn. Sorry, because I'm a Microsoft MVP. Some of my contents are in LinkedIn, so you can just go there and yeah, search me. Google Google nyo ako sa Bing, if I can use that term. So yeah, just search Paul Soliman there and you can see my works in on LinkedIn. All right, so I'm gonna do my demo. I can stop sharing this one. All right, so I'm gonna share my web browser. All right, so okay, there you go. So I think my screen is shared already. So what I have here is my SharePoint, right? So in Power Platform, you can like choose whether you want to go with Dataverse, even SQL. It's not a problem. What else? Excel Online, all right. But the most, for me, in a way, the famous one, of course, in our community is really SharePoint because it's free on your Office 365 or Microsoft 365 Business Essential account or Business Basic, and 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 it's connected also with Microsoft Teams. So that's the new update. So SharePoint list is already in Microsoft Teams. We call that the list. So if you want to develop database, it's okay already. You can do it already without coding. So what I'm gonna do today is just a sample. So let's say I want to create a membership database. So here I just need to create a list, right? So this list is gonna be my database. There are templates already there that you can use, and also you can upload Excel. The important thing, your Excel should have a table, and from existing list, right? But I want to create a blank one. So let's say I'm gonna create StackLeague database, right? Wait, sorry, let me stop my screen. uh, sorry for that. I think I just clicked something. All right, gonna share my screen again. So Stack League members. DB. All right, then just create it. Yeah, you can create power ups from scratch, but I'm gonna show you a new approach on how to easily create an app without even creating it from scratch. I mean, from your database, automating it to create an app that doesn't need to be created from scratch in terms of the crude, the add, edit, delete. So Microsoft can create that for you already. So what I'm gonna do here is to rename this to like member name. So never mind, the field, because we're used to do this, right? To do this because of we're so used to SQL, but of course you can still do that. I think Power Apps sometimes does an error if you if your database has space, field has space, but now I think it was fixed already, so I can be a citizen developer now and pretend that I don't know about database. So let's say I want to get your age, no? So it can be a number, right? So here I can, of course, no decimal places, and the default value is 18. Then save. I can also add address. Okay, right? So I'm adding address now, and I want multiple line of text, and save. What if I want to create an option set, right? Or a lookup? So I'm not gonna go to like, table, list to list relationship, like a table to table relationship. I'm gonna just show you, let's say, a choice, right? So let's say community. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna be on Python community, Python PH. Sorry, I don't know if that's existing. Sorry, for the hindi ko kabisado yung mga community name. Let's say WordPress. Okay, and let's say us, business apps, and then save it. Right. So again, my goal here is to just show you that this particular SharePoint list, if I integrate and create a power up from this, the crude will be created already without even creating it from scratch. So I'm gonna do that now. So let's say I will name it as SL app members app. Okay. Then let's wait for like second. Right, so now it's creating now my um my app, all right, coming from the database or the list that I created. So it will create my CRUD already. And after that, you can do whatever you want on the app itself, right? But while I'm processing that, let me just, inform you also that, let's say I'll go to Power Automate. So it's not limited to, to just, a no code to low code, but if you want to use Power Automate for some API, that it's like Logic App. If you're familiar with Azure Logic App, in fact the back end of Power Automate is Azure Logic App. Okay, so there are some connectors here that you can use already if you're trying to access an API, right? Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, sige, balik na lang ako dito. Ayun. Alright, so as you can see, I have my app already and it has CRUD na. So I can add to my database. Sorry, this one you can change that. Sige, I'll change the label na lang muna. Baka sabihin nyo, ano to, daya lang. No? So, because it is parent, the text here, let me just say that this is full name. All right. So, I'm gonna, let's say, enter Haifa here. Sorry, Haifa, di ko alam yung age mo. So, yan na lang. Sorry. And let's say WordPress and attach a picture. As you can see, even the attachment for like blob or whatever, it's there already. So I can use that without, writing a single line of code. And I want to, you can still, edit this field that you want to show there. But for the sake of time, let's say I want to encode, to enter Ian here. Right. So I don't know also how old Ian is. No? So I'm going to say 18. Yeah. So when I go to my back end, which is SharePoint, you can already see that it's here already. So let's say I want to, to put more automation in it. So what I want to do here is to create a Power Automate, right? So actually, if you want to extend API, again, as I mentioned, there's a lot of template here that you can play around and even go to this site, the adaptive card. All right, so the adaptive card is a UI. It's not really for Power Platform alone. It can be used on any, like even Azure chatbot, etc. But if you want to, to use this one to do chat UI in Microsoft Teams, it can be done. It can be do as well. But that yung sinasabi ko, at the end of the day, it can be collaboration between the pro dev and the citizen dev, because as you can see, these are JSON. So if an advanced layer is needed, then a pro developer can can join the project, etc. So what I want to do now is to create my flow. So I'm gonna create my automated flow. I will say that this is like notification flow. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is when an item is created in my SharePoint list, I want it to be emailed to me. All right. Okay, so this is what will happen. Of course, I just need to load my SharePoint address, which is community demo, right? And the list name is StackLeague members DB. So this is my list, and I want to create, something. There is an AI builder also, but there's a lot of things to discuss there. I just want to show how Flow will interact with my app. So what I'm gonna do is to email. Okay, this is very, very exciting. Okay, all right. So since I think I can get already the dynamic content, if I'm not okay, good. So what I'm just gonna hard code my email because I want gusto ko lang pag may nag-encode ng pangalan, then I receive it as an admin, or as the organizer, for example. So let's say league, StackLeague, new member. Then this is the funny part, no? So as you can see, if you're familiar with dynamic content, right? Let's say the name, which is this one, the title, sorry. Hindi kasi nababago yan. Yan pa yung bug na that we're trying to, to still fix. Address. So use the address here. And ano ba yung nilagay ko? There's community value. Am I really creating? Wait. Let me just add additional one as get items, so I can be sure that I can pull everything here. There we go. Anyways, I'll troubleshoot that later. But yeah, so what will happen is if someone encoded something to my SharePoint, even in the SharePoint, yeah, I'm gonna just delete this one. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's say, so I will test it now. All right, so what I'll do is to encode something. Oops. Sorry, walang address. This. But I think for the sake of testing. So yeah. So when item is created, 0 second, it there is a value, return value that was catched by this flow, right? So and here it sends an email, right? So it's Paul Soliman. So wait now. I'm gonna open my Outlook. But I want to also add another one. Paul Soliman 2. Then address is QC, for example, then add again. Right? Then my flow will run again. So dapat I should be receiving email. Okay. So that's an email. So I'm using a different, service account. That's why it came from this specific email, because I'm using a flow already. All right. May create na ako na flow last time for us to get, forms to reply via email. Right, so this is an example of Power Automate. So if you add something to your Power Apps or here directly in our SharePoint, it will be, the flow will run and I will be receiving an email there. Okay, I think that's just a simple, sorry, ayan pa yung isa. Na-delete ko tuloy. So that's a simple, tool that you can use already. See, not even 15 minutes, I did a full end-to-end membership system already without even writing a code and with some notification. Okay, I think I'm here to answer questions. Thank you, Ian and Haifa. Sorry, there is a question here in the chat box. So it says here that do you think the rise of low code can replace traditional web development in the future? Well, I don't. All right. So I don't think it will replace the traditional web development. I think there is, so sorry. So Power Platform is really for internal organization. It's not like, the app that you made can be uploaded in Apple or Google Play Store. It's not gonna be like that. So it's an internal application. You need to download Power Apps and on your mobile phone, then install that on your mobile phone, but you need a license to access it, right? Sorry, just disclaimer. But in terms of like web development, for example, right? So Power Apps cannot or low code to no code a- at least no as of today, of course cannot really match yet the traditional web development where you can put JavaScript, etc. But still, it's not gonna be limited to that because they're upgrading now. Even though it can replace that later on with, let's say, Bubble.io, which is very present now, the good thing to think about is how do you now upgrade your skill as a web developer, right? So there's a lot of instances that is happening, and um um I mean, in terms of a simple web development like infusing I don't know, chatbot in the web, on the web. So technically that one, yes, it can be done by the low code to no code application, but not now, no? So in terms of like the future of web development, well, this is the brutal truth. It um technically, if we're saying just a website or site that has what they call that, forms, then it can really be replaced by low code to no code application. Sorry, I don't want to sugarcoat here because that's what we're seeing now. Okay. So for a developer like us, what do we need to do? I think we need to, again, as I mentioned, to go with this tech stack, right? Or being a full stack developer, and go really with some things that can be the complex problem that can be solved by new technology like AI, right? If and quantum, if Microsoft already has Q sharp. Q sharp is their language that they're using on their quantum computing um, um, platform, right? So there's a lot of things that, of course, coding on Ethereum, etc. So there's a lot of things that we need to learn as developers as well. If we don't want to be, I can't say replaced, but again, as I mentioned, be outdated with what's happening. Thank you, Ian.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Paul, for that very comprehensive presentation about Power Platform. And ngayon, talagang na-refresh ulit yung mind ko on how to create super simple on how to create, super easy to create Power Platform by just drag and drop na pinakita mo. And I hope our viewers right now can easily create their own they can develop an app na talagang hindi ganun ka heavily on code. But I think just to end, I just have got what would be your advice to our viewers? Lalo na during this pandemic, it's very hard for everyone na they coping up with such situation. What would be your advice to our programmers or developers? Yep.
Right, you mean advice um um be, be, in this pandemic, or sorry, can you repeat that again? What?
Yep. I think more of your advice, ano yung pwede mong ma-share na for them to stay on track as a developer and programmer.
Okay, good. All right. So, what we're doing in the Microsoft community space. So technically, Ian mentioned about the challenge. No. So, the good thing about Microsoft today, it's like an open source company already, that contents are there already. GitHub is being used already by Microsoft to, for us to collaborate, right, in a specific project that they have. In fact, and even the Power Platform has already, creators on GitHub that you can just fork it and upgrade it later on. So for me, honing skill in this pandemic, no, being on track is really about your passion, right? So me, of course, I own a company now. So what I do when I'm hiring a developer, I'm always, checking if they have GitHub account or other community account, Stack Overflow, etc. Because a developer for me, it needs to have a passion. It's not really a job, right? Not only developer, but also, today I'm not coding anymore, but I'm doing tech architecture. I still can do, I have new projects for blockchain, etc. But of course, I didn't know that before. But I needed to learn for me to not be obsolete. And again, in this industry, like what I'm always saying, this industry doesn't respect tradition, right? It only respect innovation, all right? If you're not innovating, then I think tech or IT is not your game, right? You will not be successful in this career, or if you want to create your own company, because we don't respect tradition now. I mean, tomorrow there's a lot of, new, extension of programming language that we need. Solving scalability issue, solving, coding issue as well, solving bugs. So technically it's unending. So, if you're into tech, you're committing to a lifetime learning. It's not, I know Power BI today. Next time there is gonna be a second wave version. We call it the second wave, third wave, etc, and you miss a lot of features already that can help your customer, or whatever you want to develop, something like that. So yeah, we don't respect tradition here, sorry, but it's really about innovation. But I'm not discouraging you, but I'm encouraging you guys to not treat development or tech as, as job, or as just an activity. It needs to be your passion, it needs to be your life. That's it.
Thank you for that, Paul. Well, I agree. It's really for us to move forward. Is really more of you have to think outside the box as well. You have to explore other opportunities as well. Dapat hindi natin we limit ourselves to ano yung meron tayo. We just para so that, like you said, we need to explore and respect to innovation. We have to upskill as well. So yeah, thank you so much for that insight, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for this Microsoft Tech session, episode 2. So I guess to all our viewers, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you've learned about on how you can create a simple app with the Power Platform of Microsoft. And Haifa, do you have anything to to announce to our viewers? All right. So once again, thank you so much to all our viewers for tuning us for this event. I'm Ian Torres. I'm the Developer Marketing Manager at Microsoft. Thank you for joining our tech session for tonight. Have a good night.